felt good, to see those guys execute on offense. I felt like we ran offense tonight. They played half-court defense, and usually against a half-court team, we can execute. And down the stretch, no matter what, even if we didn't make a shot, we executed. We ran time off the clock. Everybody touched it. The ball moved side to side, and I felt like they played great tonight. We got off to a good start. We built a double-figure lead. They went to a small lineup, and they started driving the basketball. We tried to go to a small lineup, something we're not used to doing, so we had to put Big Morris back into the game, Kenny Poto, Joe Pleasant at the 5, and we went to 75 back to our zone defense, and I felt like that helped us win the game tonight.
Have to be feeling pretty good after this one?
Yeah, it was great to go on the road and get a win. We've been short 3 road games because 3 games we had to cancel due to COVID protocol, and we didn't want to end the season not winning one on the road in conference. And the guys battled, and we're talking about the next game up, and now we got East Carolina team we hadn't faced that can really shoot it, and we got to have that same type of effort for 40 minutes.
How about Quay tonight, Coach? Coming off the bench, 13 points. Just see him every time he touched the ball, it was just going to go right in the hoop, right? Just easy buckets tonight for him.
He was great tonight. He took care of the basketball. He got a couple assists. He got some guys wide open shots. He was really defending, and he had great finishes at the rim, and that's the Quay Grant we expected to see this year.
No doubt. And for Tyson, it really felt like he was getting to his spots tonight and just squaring himself to the basket, getting good shots. What do you think of his performance?
I loved his performance tonight. He didn't settle for the threes. He drove to the rim. He got to the foul line. He made some tough layups, and he was driving and kicking to his teammates as well.
What did you see from your team in the second half? They make that rally. They cut it all the way down to 3. A lot of layups, a lot of dunks you guys were giving up on defense. And then on the other end, it looks like that's what you guys – I think you called a timeout, and then that's what you guys ended up getting. What do you feel like kind of flips? What kind of changed after they got it down to 3?
Number one, I thought it was the effort by our guys. We wasn't playing hard during that stretch. I felt like the zone really helped us. They was being real aggressive with the small lineup. It's hard for us to guard a small lineup like that. We're true centers in the game. So we felt like we had to go to the 75, back to the 2, and that really helped us. And then on the other end, we started to execute. We started to ball screen. We started to move the basketball. We started to go inside, and we were able to get to the foul line, and guys stepped up and made free throws.
You guys just feel good for a guy like Quay, right? I mean, 3 months now since he scored double figures. I mean, he's put in the time. I know he works hard. So does it just feel good as a coach to see a kid finally get the payoff?
Yeah, really happy for the kid. I mean, every day in practice he comes in and he works hard. He comes in after practice, gets up shots. He's always got a positive attitude. He's always coming in talking about getting better. And he's a system guy. He played great tonight, and that's the Quay Grant we expected to have.
And he was so explosive off the dribble, and then he'd have these crafty finishes, and I'm sure you guys have seen that in practice a lot. I mean, yeah. It was like, okay, it's finally showing up in the game?
Yeah, he had some big-time finishes at the rim. I thought he broke the defense down, got to the rim, and was able to get it off the glass, didn't get it blocked, got to the free throw line. He was excellent tonight.
That's back to, what you were doing at West Texas. Yeah. I mean, that felt like, last year almost.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thankful for my teammates and coaches for keeping me going, keeping me confident.
What seemed to be the difference tonight? Like, why did it work out tonight?
I don't know. It's always good seeing that first basket go in, get a confidence booster, momentum shift. So when you're out there, it's fun out there with the teammates.
Yeah. Did it just feel like that no one could stay in front of you? Mm-hmm. Is that how you just kind of operate, like in your minds, like I can get by anybody?
Most definitely. I feel like no one can stay in front of me, and that's a mindset you got to have. Man, the ball went in the net today, so it was good. We got our first game win on the road, and it was good.
Yeah. And how much do you think this confidence can do for you guys? It's been a rough season.
Yeah.
A lot of really close losses. Mm-hmm. To finally get over that hump and get a road win, like you said. I mean, what does this do for you guys?
Oh, it's definitely a confidence booster going into this next last game of the season, and then going to the tournament. We need this, and we need the tournament, obviously. Like, the season hasn't been going as we wanted, but it's a momentum push that we need, and we're gonna build off of this.
For you guys, it's like, the first couple months, obviously, of the season are always going to be important, but once kind of March turns, it's a whole new season in that sense. Definitely. Do you feel like you, yourself, and the team sort of starting to peak at the right time?
Yeah, I feel like we've been playing really well. Besides that Memphis game, it got kind of away from us, but like we play hard. As long as we play hard and defend, I feel like the sky's the limit for us. And we haven't been defending as well, but when we play hard, the defending comes, and we're going to turn our defense into offense, so it'll be easier. March is a new season, so hey. Let's get it.
You kind of mentioned there, like, the Houston game obviously did get away from you a bit, but the second half, it was like a different team out there.
Yeah.
You guys had the energy back. If you'd played like the L40, it wouldn't have been like that, right?
Exactly.
Was that something you guys kind of carried this in a week? Like, forget that final score. Like, we got the second half.
Yeah.
That's a whole different game, right?
Yeah, definitely. We watched the film and we recognized how hard we was playing. I mean, not Memphis, but Houston is a great team. Memphis is a great team as well. But Houston is a great team, and if we feel like we can just play hard and play as hard as them as we did that game, if we play hard and carry that to every game, we can really compete with anybody.
Okay. Yeah.
We put a lot together this game. A lot of our teammates showed up. Quay Grant, he was a big X factor for us today. I got 2 fouls early, so really our team just stepped up and showed what we're capable of, and I think this is a good step forward for us.
Is that a big thing, for you guards, between you, Tyson, and Quay, if you guys can all play like that, like you said, even if someone goes down with foul trouble, to know that all three at this point in the season, you guys are kind of, peaking as we go into March. Do you think that's kind of a big confidence booster for you guys?
Yeah, definitely, because I practice with these guys every day. I've seen them play since they all got here in the summer, and I know what everybody's capable of, so really it's not anything new to me. It's just how they can show it in our system and everything, and I think they're doing a great job of it. And it's, like you said, it's going to be a big part of us doing good in March.
A game like tonight, it wasn't exactly a packed house out here, but it's kind of, I would imagine most conference tournaments are like, is this sort of night where you got to kind of like bring your own juice, and you think that will help you as well next week, like knowing that it only really matters to the guys that are on bench, and that's all that kind of has to go for you, right?
Yeah, definitely. We always tell guys we always got our own energy and we got to bring it ourselves, and the guys on the bench do a great job of keeping us into it. Everybody keeps positive energy, and that's kind of what leads us in the right direction, and that's just what we need.
Yeah, you mentioned like seeing guys, practicing with them every day. Just tell me what Quay has been. I'm sure tonight's probably what he does a lot in practice. Like, what impresses you about what makes him so good in practice?
He's a real strong, short, scrappy guy who can just get after it defensively, offensively, and he's just a really good guard that we picked up, and I'm glad we have him on the team.
How have you seen him? Like, I'm sure it's tough for him. I mean, he was averaging like 25 a game last year. D2 All-American, and I'm sure the playing time wasn't what he wanted. The shots weren't falling the way he wanted. How did he kind of keep his confidence up and was able to perform tonight?
A lot of it, he just stays the course. He knows what he's capable of doing every day. He shows it in practice, and I kind of talk to him a lot too, because I was in a similar position last year, and it's just kind of a wait your turn, but at the same time be ready at any moment, because you never know what can happen, and I'm glad he stayed ready.
And then for you guys, like, what's the bigger thing in your mind? Is it just seeing the offense shoot the way it did, 50%, or was it like the defense? I mean, you got that block and steal late, getting the stops when you needed to. What was kind of bigger in your mind?
I think it was just an overall great team effort. Like you said, I had a couple good possessions at the end that helped, but also everybody on the team just collectively was doing everything the coaches told us, talking on defense, doing a lot of the little things that can help us get these wins, and that's what it's all about, especially late in this March.